Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, hearing the word in truth and sincerity. Alright, so I just want to get through a quick lesson concerning the times and the season that we're in. And it's obvious as to what's going on, alright, because that's what's in the headline, alright, or a topic, however you want to say it, within the media, because, we know that some of it's propaganda, of course, but the fact that it's even being spoken of is biblical prophecy. All right, like Yahweh said in Matthew the 24th chapter, know that there shall be wars and rumors of wars, So what I want to get through is that we have the insight according to the Bible. All right, the side to be on in these times is Bible prophecy. All right, because we know that Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai is a man of his word, and whatever he says is going to happen is going to happen. All right, no ifs, ands, or buts, man. So this is Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 1. Now I want to get this to say, all right, we're in a time and season of war, or pestilence, famine, and really these things are happening because there's a transition happening. All right, there's a transition happening. All right, but I'm gonna go ahead and read Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 1. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. All right, and we know that Esau Edom, the so-called white man, all right, had his time to rule. All right, we're in his rulership right now, but this rulership is getting ready to be plucked up from the earth. All right, I want to get this real quick dealing with, because Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai ultimately is the one who planted Esau, his kingdom on the earth, man. This is Daniel chapter 4 and verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men. All right, so we see right here that Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai ultimately set up Esau Edom, all right, into his rulership, man, because prophecy had to be fulfilled. And once again, like the scriptures say, that the Most High is not a man that he should lie. And within his word, all right, he said that Esau Edom was going to rule. And when you read this in context, because I'm getting it for the point that I wanted to make of Esau ruling, but when you read it in context, this is Nebuchadnezzar speaking after pretty much the Most High humbled him. He got proud. So Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai put him in the state of an animal, man. All right, had him out there eating grass and everything. So he came to the realization that, hey, look, you know what? The Most High ruling in the kingdom of men, and he give it to whoever he wants to give it to. So same thing dealing with Esau Edom, so-called white man, all right, who's proud now in these times. All right, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to do a great humbling to this to so-called white people, man, so-called European race. It's a great humbling coming. All right, we can see the start of it by this transition happening. So going back to verse 2 of Ecclesiastes, it's time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. All right, so this place is about to get plucked up, and when I say plucked up, I'm referring to how it's going to be destroyed by the thermonuclear missiles in World War III, and also the chariot fire, man. See, America is going to be completely eradicated from off the face of the earth. All right, for its rebellion. Esau Edom is going to be plucked up out of rulership because of his rebellion, his pride. And it says, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. And we see that the spirit that these people here in America, all right, are in. And I say here in America because other places around the world, they're in that weeping spirit. They're weeping, man. All right, ultimately because of what America did, by going around these other countries and just straight up bombing, straight wickedness, man. So they're not in that mirthful, joyful spirit, but the people here in America are, which shortly that's about to come to an end, or when reality set in, when famines, plagues, the pestilence come to pass, all that playfulness, jokes, mirth, all that is going to be, put to the side, man. When all this happening, these people, they're going to be looking for safety, man. Simply put, it says, it's Salaki, I'm going to jump down to the 8th verse, and it says, it's time to love and the time to hate, the time of war and the time of peace, and we're in a time of war right now. Once again, referring back to, the media and how all they talking about is war, all right? And like I said, it's propaganda. There's some propaganda within that, but like the scripture said, there would be wars and rumors of war, So we know that we're in the times of war, And it says a time of peace. And the time of peace don't come after, don't come until Yahushua comes back, and deliver the Israelites, destroy Esau, Edom, and his rulership, and set the kingdom of heaven up on earth. That's when peace is going to be on earth. Because pursuant to Revelation, the 6th chapter, in the 4th verse, it says, and there went out another horse that was red. And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And that red horse represents Esau, Edom's rulership. Because when you think about a horse, the one that sit on it is the one who controlled the horse, right? So that represents Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, in his rulership, because he's the one controlling the world right now. All right? And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace on the earth, from the earth, Salaki. So, ever since the white man, so-called white man, been in rulership, this earth has not seen peace, man. And that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. All right? That great, and that's how we know that that's talking about Esau, Edom, because when you go back to Genesis the 5th or the 27th chapter, it tells you how Isaac blessed Esau with the sword. So Isaac blessed Esau with the sword, and now we see him utilizing that sword, man. It's only going to get worse, because we ultimately know that Esau, Edom, knows that his time is up, so he's going to put that sword to use. And that sword could be, a gun, all right, whatever, weaponry he got, man, all right. But we know that he's going to put that to use because he know that he got a short time. Like the book of Revelation, the 12th chapter, say in the 12th verse, he's going to come down with great wrath because you know that he got a short time. But then again, these are the times and seasons that we're in. So being circumspect is going to, will go a long way. But especially being in this truth and circumspect, man, because there's a lot of people out there that know what's going on. All right, a lot of our people that know what's going on. But they don't have this truth, man, so they don't know what's happening, to a fullest extent, but we do. 2nd Ezra 6 and 7, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times, or what, Salaki, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? All right, so pretty much Ezra is inquiring, all right, when, these times going to end and when is the next time going to end, and it pretty much breaks itself down. So I'm going to keep reading. Verse 8, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right, so Esau is the end of the world, meaning that Esau is the end of this age, man. All right, because we're living in the times where the heathen had their time to rule, man. This is their age, and Esau happened to be the end of that age, the heathen rulership. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followed, meaning that, when Esau ultimately be taken out of power, and the kingdom of heaven is set up, that's going to be Jacob's age, and it's going to be an everlasting age, man. Let me go to Hebrews 13 and verse 4, and it says, Salaki, not 4, 14. It says, for here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. All right? So in this age right now, we have no continuing city. This is our captivity. America, see our people, you Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you forgot that you were brought here on slave ships. You forgot that when you got here, you were getting your back beat, your backs beat in, man. All right? You forgot when you got here, your babies were being, it's like you forgot when the so-called white men got here too, that your babies were being bashed against the walls. Or you forgot that you had an enemy, But had you know this, You would have known that we got no continuing city here, man. This is not the place to be comfortable. Like the book of Micah, the 2nd chapter, say to arise ye and depart. This is not your rest. All right, this is not our rest, man. This is not where this is not where we're gonna find our peace and joy from. You can see it within these celebrities too. How they got all this money, but they still not happy because they know that what they did to get the money wasn't the right way. So even though they got all this money, this fame, riches, popularity, all right, they know that what they did to get that money, that wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? But in the next kingdom, beginning with the elect, all right, we're gonna have everlasting joy and happiness, because we're gonna understand. It was given to us by Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, of course, but we understand to get that we had to go through the straight gate. Pretty much. Because Jake that sell out, they try to do it, get their joy from an easy standpoint. They don't want to go through what it takes to receive the riches and the joy, this, that, and the other. Because in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to be rich, man. All right, it's going to be our rulership, but it's going to be gotten, all right, by righteous means, so to speak. So for we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come, all right, which is the kingdom of heaven. All right. So I'm gonna end it off in Daniel the 7th chapter. Now I'm gonna get straight to the point. It says, Daniel chapter 7 and verse 11. It says, I beheld then because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake. And on that horn is pretty much the extension of the Roman Empire. Because when you read a little above that, Salakia, when you read a little above that, all right, that 4th beast is the Roman Empire, all right, and then there's a horn that comes out of that, that 4th beast, which is America, because we know that the Roman Empire, the ancient Roman Empire, fell for a period of 1,000 years, all right, but then came back to the Renaissance period, man, all right, America native in the EU. I beheld them because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake, and that's how we know that this horn is talking about America, because what nation, all right, or what country, so to speak, is the one speaking so great and proudly against Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah? All right, Darwin's theory, evolution, the Big Bang theory. All right. As a matter of fact, I want to play this video real quick that I got dealing with Esau and his pride, man. And this is the same dude that said that, roughly paraphrasing what he said, not some God in the clouds, but our clouds. And pretty much this is Esau's agenda, man. He wants to be the Most High.
Humans are now hackable animals. The whole idea that humans have, they have this soul or spirit, and they have free will, and nobody knows what's happening inside me. So whatever I choose, whether in the election or whether in the super.
You see that? So that's Esau's pride, all right? That's Esau's pride, and that's the words which the great horn spake, man. In many different things, but these were just examples that I wanted to get to, prove the script, prove what I was saying about the scriptures. So I'm gonna continue on. I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed and given to the burning flame. All right. So the beast is ultimately going to be destroyed, all right, by thermonuclear fire during World War III, man, the chariot fire. All right. And as you read on, it says, as concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and time. All right, and those rest of the beasts represents the other heathen nations that will be spared for the purpose of captivity. Because they're going to serve the Israelites within the kingdom of heaven. They're going to be our servants. They're going to be our servants. Esau, Edom, he's going to serve captivity also. But after he served his captivity, after a 1,000-year period, he's going to be destroyed. All right, the whole nation going to be destroyed, man. All right. It says, verse 13, I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And this is talking about Yahweh Shah. All right, Yahweh Shah was brought before Yahweh. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. All right. So pretty much, letting you know right there that when Yahweh Shai set up his kingdom on earth, it's gonna be forever. It's not gonna be destroyed like the kingdoms, you know, in this age, you know, was pretty much translated. It's not gonna be destroyed like America, you know, was destroyed, man. Alright? That's not gonna happen. And something I noticed, you know, I read the scripture a lot, but I never paid much mind to, how it speaks of, how this correlate with 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, because as you can read right there, the 11th verse is talking about how that 4th beast, which is Esau Edom's rulership, the Roman Empire, is going to be utterly destroyed, right? And then after, it speaks about that, it talks about Yahweh Shai's kingdom being set up, and that shows you how all these scriptures, they correlate with each other. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. All right? And that's, whenever I read the scriptures, man, I just, I see something new. So I see something new every time I read them, But that was pretty much the point. Lord willing, was edifying. And I just want to bring that out, how, concerning the times and seasons that we're in, there's a great transition happening. Most people can't see it, but we can see it because we got the insight, all right, of the prophecies. We got the insight of what's really going on, So Lord willing, was edifying. I'm going to end it off by giving all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Until next time, I say Shalom.